Philadelphia students are in the hospital after they were ambushed and shot at a SEPTA bus stop right after school let out. One victim, a 16-year-old boy, was shot 9 times. This is the 10 o'clock news. I'm Jason Martinez.
And I'm Sheba Russell. Philadelphia police are still searching for 3 shooters and the driver who helped them all get away. Police releasing this surveillance video just a short time ago showing the gunman and a blue Hyundai Sonata as the shooters opened fire on the group waiting for the bus. This was right up the street from their school, Northeast High. The chaos captured on emergency dispatches.
City Continental Rising Sun, sir, got multiple people shot. Right now we got 7 people shot, 7 people shot.
Got another one shot here in the way.
Okay, where you have another male shot?
The guy he's having a leg in major artery.
Okay.
Now, if you're losing track, just like we all are, this is the 4th shooting involving a SEPTA bus in 4 days. It was Sunday night when a 27-year-old man was killed getting off a bus in Oxford Circle. Then Monday, a 17-year-old boy was fatally shot near a bus stop in Ogons. Last night, a 37-year-old man was killed on a bus in South Philly. And now, tonight...
News at noon is breaking news. Philadelphia police have announced charges against the woman accused of shooting and killing a SEPTA bus driver traveling through Germantown.
And police say 21-year-old Zonte Capers has been charged with murder as well as other related offenses. 48-year-old Bernard Gribbin from Abington was shot 6 times yesterday morning at Green Street and Queen Avenue. Safety remains a major concern for SEPTA employees. Many are still coming to terms with what happened while in the midst.
Breaking news here tonight. Chopper 6 over the scene now of a deadly shooting that unfolded this afternoon on board a SEPTA bus. It happened just before 4 o'clock today. That bus coming to a stop right there at 16th and Limekiln in Ogons. Just minutes ago, Philadelphia police gave us an update revealing that a 17-year-old is dead, the apparent target in this, and 4 other people were shot. 2 more teens and 2 women, 50 and 70 years old. This, a live look at that scene right now. Those 2 women were sitting on the bus at the time. Action News reporter Katie Catcho live there where it all ended this afternoon. Katie, police say video shows 2 gunmen here.
That's exactly right, Brian. And where I'm standing is where police say around 15 to 20 people were waiting for that SEPTA bus when those shots were fired. I'm going to step out of the shot here so you can see what's behind me. As you can see, police have marked off multiple spots where they did find multiple shell casings. Now, there are multiple scenes to this shooting, and I do want to show you what another scene looks like here on the 6000 block of Limekiln Pike. You can see that SEPTA bus, and it has multiple bullet shots through those windows. Now, there are multiple victims here, and I do want to show you a list of all of the victims. Police say a 17-year-old was killed. A 17-year-old suffered a graze wound to the shoulder. A 50-year-old was on the SEPTA bus. She was shot in the arm. A 70-year-old woman was on the bus. She was shot in the head. Police say both of those women were bystanders. Police also say a 15-year-old suffered a graze wound to the back. Now, everyone is over at Einstein Medical Center recovering at this time. And I do want you to take a listen to what the police commissioner just had to say moments ago. I want you to listen to this from Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel.
We're never fortunate when we lose a child, in particular a 17-year-old. But if you look around here, you know, how busy this intersection is, a daycare across the street, and then multiple people on the bus, and multiple rounds being fired, you know, it could have been much worse.
And back out here live, you can see the daycare that the police commissioner was referencing. This is an hour where parents are coming to pick up their kids, as you heard from the police commissioner. Now, at this time, no arrests have been made, no weapons have been recovered. Police are still out here at this time investigating, trying to put all the pieces together. And that's the very latest of what happened here. I'm live in Ogons. Katie Catro, Channel 6 Action News.
Overnight, a spate of gun violence in the city the past few days ramped up even more last night. Police are now investigating several deadly shooting scenes. That includes another killing of a SEPTA bus rider.
As combating city violence is thrust into the spotlight again, we are hearing more from Mayor Sherelle Parker about her anti-crime plan. We first had details on the city's latest homicide. A 41-year-old man was shot to death near Rose Hill and East Tioga Streets in Kensington. Officers responded at 10:30 last night. A gun was found at the scene, but police do not have any suspects or a motive at this time.
Hours later, around 1 this morning, 2 men were shot near the Met in North Philadelphia in what police are calling a shootout. This happened near the corner of Broad and Poplar. Police say it began as an argument at a nearby banquet location and ended with a white Mercedes riddled with bullets and the front window of the Met hit by gunfire. A 41-year-old man was shot in the leg and a 44-year-old man was shot in the eye and required surgery. These overnight shootings come as the city is also dealing with increasing violence on the mass transit system.
In the latest incident, a 37-year-old was killed while riding a SEPTA bus in South Philadelphia. This is the third shooting involving SEPTA this week.
Action News reporter Catherine Scott is joining us live from SEPTA headquarters in Center City with more. Good morning, Catherine.
Good morning, guys. That's right. In this latest case, a man was shot and killed on a SEPTA bus. Now police are investigating.
Could we shot on the SEPTA bus, guys? Favorable person on the bus.
The male shooter got off the bus. Got off the bus and turned around and fired into the bus.
You can hear the police radio calls after the fatal shooting in South Philadelphia around 6:30 last evening and see Philadelphia police and transit police on the scene. The 37-year-old victim was on board a Route 79 bus at Broad and Snyder when it happened. The victim was shot twice and taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. There's no word yet on the victim's identity or what might have led to the shooting. Police say the shooter fled, getting off the bus and heading into the Snyder station along the Broad Street line. No weapons were recovered. Police say there's a $20,000 reward for information leading to an arrest and conviction. The shooting puts safety on the transit system in the spotlight yet again.
Police just released this surveillance video today from another violent encounter involving a SEPTA bus. The video shows a group of teenagers moments before they boarded the Route 33 bus at the 20th and Diamond Street stops on May 17th in North Philadelphia. Police say the group then began attacking passengers on board. One of the teens hit a passenger with a gun, causing it to go off. Two 18-year-old men were hit in the legs. The group then exited the bus and ran away. Investigators say the shooting suspect is between 14 and 17 years old. Anyone with information, please contact police. Philadelphia police tell Action News that 16-year-old Tyshawn Wells, who was shot on a SEPTA platform last week, has now died. The shooting happened Thursday night on the platform at 15th and Market in Center City. 18-year-old Quadir Humphrey and 16-year-old Zaire Wilson are charged as adults in connection with the shooting. Police say it was Humphrey who fired into a crowd. The bullet struck Wells in the head. The district attorney is now working to upgrade the criminal charges.
Hello, welcome to episode number 82 of Just My Opinion. In this episode, I'm entitled Killerdelphia. Due to the rise of gun violence within the city of Philadelphia. First, I would like to give a shout out to Abu Saeed Amin. He does the music for my intros and outros. Anyone who want to get in contact with him concerning anything musically could do it at his Instagram page at Abu Saeed Amin and his Facebook page at Abu Saeed Amin. Now, with that being said, welcome to Just My Opinion. Due to the recent rash of shootings, many of which has taken place on public transportation, I'm making this video. Philadelphia, the city of 1,600,000 residents. Somewhere in that range, somewhere in that number. In recent years, Philadelphia has experienced more murders than New York City. A city twice its size and about 7 more million people. Within the recent last couple of years, the cities had accumulated 500 plus murders. Now recently, the murders have came down and been down 25% in the past 2 years. But that don't mean that people still ain't being shot and assaulted. And within the city. And as you see, we just recently had a rash of just violent outbursts and violent acts. I mean, now, we all know that you can't completely stop violence. We all know that it's impossible. We all know it's going to be some violence. Mad as I am just to say that. But let's try our best to limit the violence. Let's try our best to make it a little safer. A lot of these shootings are kids going to school, kids coming from school. People use public transportation generally in the city to get to work, get to school, doctor's appointments. Some people use it because it's the only form of transportation that they have. Even though we complain and say it's high, it's still only $2.50. That's the cheapest form. $2.50. That's the you get across the city to get to wherever you have to go. That's really not a bad price, and it's the cheapest form of transportation in the city. Even people with cars will park their cars up and get on public transportation. But it's been a rash of shootings and people being hurt on public transportation. Let alone on the streets of Philadelphia itself. I wish Mayor Parker and Commissioner Bethel the best with their plans to try to limit and bring down the crime rate in the city. They're trying to quell and stop some of this gun violence and the murder rate within the city. Also, though, let's just stop talking about it. We get on the microphone and talk, oh, it's going to stop this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Let's actually do it. Let's actually do it. I don't have no great ideas of how to do it myself. I just don't. But let's try to bring forth tangible change. Let's just don't talk about, let's stop the violence. Oh, we got to put the guns down. Let's try to bring forth meaningful change. And I wish Mayor Parker and Commissioner Bethel the best of luck trying to implement and bring forth these changes. It's not going to be easy. We're in the stage now, in the age now, where it's like, it seemed to be a cool thing to end all your disputes and arguments you may have with a person with a gun. This is prevalent in the music, i.e. drill music. I hate to single y'all out. I hate to pencil y'all out. But we have lost all sense of decorum. We smoking on this one. We smoking on that one. We have people going to people's grave sites. Come on, man. This is what it came to. Now let me say this to the young people. It's nothing cool about dying. It's nothing cool about being shot or paralyzed. It's nothing cool about doing 20, 30 years in prison. I know you think it's cool. I'm with the gang. I got the blicker. I'm cutting him down. I'm smoking on him. Nothing cool about that. Nothing cool about that. Learn to live and fight another day. Learn to forgive and just move forward. Learn to ignore. I'm doing my youth. Used to go to clubs, but now, in hindsight, I'm looking at it like our mind state was wrong from the beginning. Because before we go, we get the guns, we get our guns, put our guns in the cars. And if we see this one and that one, ain't nobody gonna mess with us. Whatever, we on it. Whatever happened, we on it. Listen to that. What I'm saying. Your mind state going to the club should be having a good time and meeting a female. Not going in with the mindset, I'm gonna blick this one down. Or we have any problems tonight? We already preparing for a problem. There's nothing wrong with being prepared. But our mindset is totally wrong. Kind of like the mindset of a lot of these youth. A lot of these young people, you can't tell them nothing. They think they know everything. That's one. They don't listen until they behind bars. Or even worse, they dead. Now they can't listen. Because a lot of stuff that's going on out here could be avoided. But you know the biggest problem with this generation? I ain't no bitch. I ain't one of those. I had a discussion with a coworker. He's a young guy. His early 20s. He was saying, I ain't no bitch. I said, you know what? A lot of black men are dead or in jail because they wasn't a bitch. Now you can be a smart and wise man free. Or you can be a bitch, not be a bitch doing 30 years. You can be alive and free. Or you can be dead and not be a bitch. And a lot with these young people, they have to prove that they ain't no bitch, I ain't no sucker, I ain't no this, I ain't no that. But in the end, you not being a bitch can get you 30, 40 years. You not being a bitch can get you killed. You not being a bitch can get you paralyzed. Everybody focus on the machismo and the macho-nism and their image and their ego. I'm so tough, I ain't worrying about that. I ain't one of those. I'm from the streets, I'm from the trenches. Okay, you from the streets, you tough. You ain't one of those. What have it ever got you? What have it ever got you? A jail record? Maybe shot, maybe stabbed. Now you eliminate yourself from a lot of jobs because a lot of jobs don't take felons. Now you're not legally able to carry a gun because you're a felon. Now you're not legally able to vote because you're a felon. It may hurt you in some places from living in certain places. Certain places don't want felons on their property. So this is what you'll get for your reputation for not being a bitch, not being a sucker. The young fella that I work with, he was telling me how he put his hands on people. He fought people on his last couple of times. And my thing was, you can't keep doing that because they don't fight no more. It's 2024. Most people don't fight. They don't fight. And because they don't fight, they'll go get weapons, they go get guns. Which in turn, he said, I got a gun. I said, yeah, you know you got a gun. It don't mean nothing. Cops die with guns on them. Soldiers die every day with guns on them. So it don't mean nothing because you have a gun. You got to learn to walk away. Now, if someone attack you and put their hands on you, you got every right to defend yourself. But before that, you got to learn to walk away. And we just got to learn to settle our differences without banging somebody, shooting somebody, hurting someone. Please stop the violence. In Philadelphia, please put the guns down, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.